Hey there guys, Fire Mage once again, continuing off my Legend of Dragoon challenge run. This time we finally have an actual fight, Grand Duel. So the party this time is actually going to be Dart, Hastral, Maru. Main reason for that is Kongol's 49 magic defense. Even with his IHP, it's just not worth bringing him. And also with the fact that the boss de-levels you, it makes it so much worse. So this is the reuniting of what I like to call team speed. In my opinion, the best party in the game, normally, as if you're just going through the game normally, is Dart, Hastral, Maru. You have good Dragoon attacks. You have good additions powered up throughout the entire thing. Pretty much it's the most powerful thing up until you literally hit in-game, where basically the best thing is Dart, Rose with her Dragon Buster, and then Hastral with his Destroyer's Mace, and him at low health. Basically, it's the next best thing, really. So, with the fight, pretty much every character has 70 or above speed. You're constantly doing good damage. But with the way that equips are, because the fact that they've been a little bit low, it's still a very difficult fight. This is the most difficult fight thus far in the game. Even normally, in most cases, it's the most difficult fight. So fight starts at pretty much roughly 3 minutes in. So here's the basic strategy that I employed in the last challenge run and that I'm going to employ in this one. If a character starts doing below 100 damage, they do not attack, they only heal. That is pretty much it, to be quite honest. Characters are going to be doing more damage thanks to the lifted restriction a little bit more, but also pretty much the same defense as both Kamui and the Super Virage. Okay. Boss does have 4,500, so far our character hasn't even been able to do even roughly 10% of it yet, and Dart's my best attacker. Thanks to the Mind Crush, actually. Great sword. It's pretty okay damage. It could be less, but I have the best equips that I possibly can have on him right now. But with the fact that the Grand Duel is a little bit slow at times, combined with the fact that I do have team speed right now, should get in a good bit of turns every single time. Now, healing is definitely something that you need to do frequently in this fight, and it's mainly going to be with breezes, to be quite honest. Because the fact that any single spell that you really do need to worry about is multi-targeting, especially Translite. That is by far the worst. It's its only S-rank spell, and it's basically the best thing that it can use against you. It's actually very rarely, in fact, it can most times kill the entire party depending upon HP levels, which it was very fond of doing in the original challenge run. So this is the first of the level downs. Any single time that does a level down, automatically follows it up with a spell. So yeah, Hastro went from doing about above 200 down to 180. And Maru is doing 117, so she's almost at the point where she is exclusively guard healing. And Dart's going to be doing... .221, so he's still my primary damager. After this spell, I'm going to have to heal, I can already tell. Grandule's already below half health, though. Though this is where the fight gets considerably harder, is when he starts doing his when he starts de-leveling you. With that, another 5 levels lost. So Maru, after this, is going to be on perma either heal or guard duty, and then it's basically only Dart and Hastro will be able to attack. We're following up the single target with Hastro. It's gonna hurt mostly. It's gonna maybe do about half at most, or not that much at all, really. Grandule's already below a fourth of its HP, though, so this should wrap up very nicely soon, hopefully. Dart's doing 168 right now. Hastro's going to be doing 136. So between those two numbers, it's going to take about... Oh, and there is its HP restoration. Heals for a little bit above 1/4 of its total HP. So it doesn't take much to knock it back down into the red. And here is its best attack. So, guarding with Maru is definitely a good thing. And that's just how damaging it is. Both the other two characters instantly reduced down to yellow, and Maru having taken over 200 despite her magical defense. In the original playthrough, I would have most likely lost Haschel. Actually, now that I come to think about it, Haschel really hasn't gained anything in terms of magic defense, thanks to due to the equipment. Dart, though, has gained a good portion of magic defense, thanks to the equipment that I've been giving him. With that, Grand Jewel's back into the red now, though, so it has about, at most, 1,125 HP, which, with the damage that I'm doing, is going to take about 10 or so turns, but that's massively slowed down now, thanks to the time. And following it up with its best attack again. This is going to definitely hurt. As you can see what difference a level does make. It's to the point where I'm definitely going to be healing even with not my white mage, basically. So Dart, with this new level down, does 116. So Dart is going to be the only one attacking currently until the levels start coming back up, which does eventually happen at some point. It actually is quite hilarious when it does, because you start getting stronger. And now the levels start coming back. So yeah, as soon as it actually does become my round again, basically with my character turns, I'm going to be able to quickly put this down, although I will most likely have to revive Dart. And this is at the point where I just basically have to go for it. I mean, I don't have any more breezes at the moment, so I mean, I really just have to go for it and hope that it dies. Because that's just too much healing to really go through. But with the new damage and everything like that, it should be fine. And apparently it didn't. I hope I survive this. And I do. Definitely has to win this time. I mean, come on. And there we go. And that is Grand Jewel. It is a pain in the ass fight, and sometimes you just really have to go for it, just like that. And there's 9,000 experience, which is very, very much welcome. Maru gets a double level up, which very rarely happens in the game, double level ups at all. Dart does get Madness Hero, Albert gets a level, Miranda gets a level, and that's pretty much it. So yeah, that was the fight. I do have an addition to grind out, Madness Hero. And I could just grind out here at Cadessa. That's about it. Next fight is the Divine Dragon, and that is a pain in the ass. But I will see you guys for that fight. Laters.